New, news. Hey YouTube. Okay, I just done a Dreams PS4 guide, tips, tricks, that sort of stuff. I'll quickly touch on some news. Rust, console edition. To be honest, I'm going to put my money on June, July. Late June, early July. I think I mentioned in one of my previous streams how it annoys me how a lot of these, especially YouTubers, are the worst. Especially the Americans. Like nothing against Americans, but holy crap, Americans! There's a whole globe. When you make a release date or a release window or making news about something, don't go summer. Don't go Thursday or the 28th or just that. Like, recently Watch Dogs Legion made the same mistake. They said it will be coming out on the whatever day it was.
Leave it to me, Chica. I'm driving.
I think it was the 10th? No. It was supposed to come out on the 8th. No, 9th. It was supposed to be out on the 9th. But they just said, oh, it's coming out on the 9th. So, all day on the 9th, I'm sitting there going, come on, check for update, no, nothing. It wasn't until really early on the 10th that it released. But hang on a minute, they said the 9th. But then I go looking for the news, or why was it late and everything like that. It's like, oh, it was the 9th American. It's like, well, make that statement then. If it had said the 9th American, like whatever time zone in America it chose, I would have gone, okay, so it's going to be add hours for me, because I'm ahead of America. Hi America, welcome from the future. But that aside, the developers have said, I think they said spring or summer? I think they said spring 2021 for Rust. People are going March. Well, March isn't, no way in the world it's March. The beta is in March. Then they're going to be April, we'll be there tweaking this in. May, very unlikely, but it could be. Me personally, I'm thinking from mid-June to late June or early July for Rust on consoles. They are still putting up information, so like this is happening, that's happening. The last statement was with the beta test, which is currently going for, in brackets, Americans and Europeans. So I couldn't even I had no chance of getting, because I wasn't from that region. In theory, I could use a VPN or something like that, or get another account on Sony and apply set it up as an American account and apply through there. It's like, I shouldn't have to. If you're going to run a beta and restrict to a certain part of the country, is that really a real test? No. Ideally, they should have gone globally, and it had an even spread. They should have gone 25% American, 25% European, 25% Australasian, and 25% of the Arab area. So around the globe. So all the 4 main quarters of the planet are done. Put them all on the same server, see how it performs. If they can get that running well in beta, then when it's full released and the American server only has Americans in it and the European server only has Europeans in it and the Australasian has Australasians in it, then it should run better, shouldn't it? Because there's not that extra gap. But in a way that's good news. So sometime this year, unless something drastic happens, will be getting Rust. I will be getting my own server for PlayStation on Rust. And they are planning on having cross-play between Xbox and PlayStation, not PC and consoles. So when it hits, if it's Xbox and PlayStation on the same server, I will set it up for myself and all my friends, and the Facebook group that I've had up for years, which is about for gamers. I'll open it up for them. I'll say, this is the server. You're welcome in there. Other news. I'm going to touch on this game. This is why I'm in here in a little bit. But because I've got a lot of shit to say about this, so again, I'm probably going to get haters for this too. But it's like any fanboy that makes a stupid comment just defending the company that makes Cyberpunk, that's CD Projekt or CD Projekt Red. It's like, I don't want to hear you defending them. It's like, if you're making a legit statement like, I think this is why they're doing it, or whatever, then that's fine. But if you're turning around and they can never do anything wrong, then it's like, dude, no. But we'll get to that. So Rust, I'm going to guess, I'm not going to make the statement that they're making go spring. Okay, I'm going to make the statement of just ahead of mid-year. And when I say just ahead, I mean just ahead. It'll be so close to mid-year, I reckon I could almost put money on mid-year. So, June, July.
Hello.
Taxon. What other games? Other than not a lot has happened this year that is really newsworthy, to be honest. Watch Dogs Legion multiplayer is out. The Spec Ops is out on consoles. Online isn't out on PC yet because they're having issues. They haven't given a definitive release date yet for online, I don't believe. It's pretty much, once it's fixed, we'll release it. There are some pretty bad issues with the game. But if you compare it to Cyberpunk, it's 100% better. Lag is a big problem in public sessions. If you go into a public session, good example here is, for example, imagine this is something you're hacking or interacting with, like a gate or a door or whatever. You try and activate it and nothing will happen. You do it like 20 times, nothing will happen. You start walking away and then all of a sudden it'll activate. It's like, wow. Same with, you get it in this game as well. You could be driving down the street and there'll be a character standing in the middle of the road, but you can't run them over because they're a ghost character. From what I can gather, it's somebody else's character, but the game, the Ubisoft servers haven't gone, oh hang on, the character isn't here, it's over there on your end. So there's those kind of issues. I wouldn't say there's any game breaking ones. I done a debug hunt the other day. I'm getting a lot of corrupted images of my operatives. That is an issue. Usually restarting the game, like going back to main menu and then going back into online, seems to fix it most of the time. It doesn't seem to crash anymore, so that's a good thing. Assassin's Creed, I uninstalled it. It's Assassin's Creed. It's a money grab basically. It's Valhalla, Viking type world in Assassin's Creed universe. It's like whatever. When you're trying to charge buttloads of money for an outfit that, let's face it, is crap, considering every single Assassin's Creed that came out had the same Ezio basically. Ezio this, Ezio that. Like, they changed the name, gave them darker skin. Some of them had beards. Some didn't. It was Ezio. They were all Ezio up until they added to, was it Origin? The last three had you could choose male or female, and so on and so forth. But nothing is really changed in the game. It's nothing like, oh wow, check out this new mechanic. Watch Dogs Legion has done that with the play as anyone. It is a good mechanic, but there is a lot of stuff that's missing. Like you can't hack the traffic lights. You can't call the police on every civilian. Like you can't. Oh, there's a civilian over there. Let's put a warrant out for them, and all the cops come and arrest them and stuff like that. You can't do that. So it's not that detailed in the hacking anymore. But you can play as anyone. So if you see a hot blonde chick, an old lady, a fat guy, or a student, you could choose them and play as them. Online, it's a little bit more restricted because everything uses the same currency. It's an Ubisoft game. They're going to make you want to buy shit. But the currency that it uses is influence, and there's no way to buy influence. You have to earn influence. And to get influence, weekly challenges, one of them normally has... No, daily challenges. One of them normally has, you can get 3 influence. The bog stock standard civilian, so like the average local barber, telemarketer, whatever, that's walking around the street that has no car, no gun, no special ability or anything like that, is normally 2 or 3 influence to recruit. But it costs influence to recruit, it costs influence to upgrade your tech, everything costs influence, and they're not giving out enough influence in my opinion. There has to be a better way to earn more influence. Like for example, the daily that gives you 3 influence, if they made that 6, that would be so much better. The jobs will all earn you I can't remember what they call it, the little stars. It levels you up. And in your rank, again, the best way to level that up is by doing your dailies and your weeklies. You'll get every 3rd level, you'll get some of your influence. It's normally 10, and 10 influence doesn't last very long. Some recruits somewhere between 20 and 30 influence to recruit. The new Spec Ops, I tried earlier today to play with some randoms, especially if they're in different zones. Because of the lag, it is almost unplayable. And if you're not communicating, like I was trying to do it this way, people do, and they're just running off and doing whatever, and I rage quit because they knocked me off my drone while I was I was safely above the thing I had to hack, and they knocked me off, and I was in the line of fire, and I died. It's like, I'm done, I'm out, see you later. You need friends. You need to do it with friends, in a party, with chat. So it's a good game. It is still needs a bit of work, but it's quite a good game. It is. This is a scary statement, but it is probably the best game of 2020. Watch Dogs Legion, in my opinion. People are going to go, oh, what about Valhalla? Or, not Valhalla, Valheim. Valheim's not on consoles. I will not say a game that is only on a specific format, so, like Grounded. I will not say that is the best game of, that's why I've not said Dreams, because Dreams is only on Sony. Grounded is only on Xbox. Valheim is only on PC, so it cannot be the best game of the year, because it's only on one platform. That is why I reckon, in my opinion, Watch Dogs Legion is the best game of 2020. and the fact it's an Ubisoft game, and the fact it's not perfect, or when I say perfect, you know, like an 8 out of 10 or higher, because I would give it a 7.5, 8 out of 10. It's not a 9, it's not a 10. It has its issues. Although I did complete the story mode, and I'm usually not one to complete story modes unless I get hooked into it, and I completed it, oh, I've done it, okay. So it must be good if I completed it. But that is a sad state of gaming if an Ubisoft game is what I would call the best game of that year. And people are going to go, oh, but what about this? Hence the reason I'm on here. And it is in the news again, so I thought I'd bring it up. Oh, but what about Cyberpunk? Wouldn't you call that game? Hell no. Open up my menus. First bug. Okay. Excluding the fact that it's bugged, you can see she's naked there. If back out, back in again, it'll fix it. She's naked. Alright. Let's go to the light. Interesting uncensored. No censorship will be enforced. Try giving me the game I bought. Subtitles.
Hello.
Shut the hell up, Jackie. Leave it to me, chica. I'm driving. He just said hello. It did not change. And if I go into settings. Oh, look. My subtitles are turned off. So, I bought a $100 game.
Hello.
Can I shoot this moron? No, I cannot. Wow. So, if anyone defends CD Projekt, in my opinion, they're an idiot. I don't want to directly attack the developers, like the individual people, because they might be a person that's coding the, I don't know, the interface. They might be the person that decides whether, I don't know, the health bar is red or green. So they might not have a direct connection to the, let's face it, the Live Fest. Right? And the guy that recently left, insert hard to pronounce name here, he left due to personal reasons, basically. A lot of people saying, oh, I'm glad he's gone, it's his fault, it's this, it's his fault, it's that. I really doubt that he's the guy that turns and says, you know that game that is uncensored? Even in the main menu it says it's uncensored? Censor it. I really doubt he's the guy that said that. Because if I found out who the guy that said that is, trust me, he's getting some friggin' choice words. It's a collaboratively fucked up game. So not one person is responsible for it. So, technically, he's the rat escaping the sinking ship. He's like, this thing's going down, I'm out of here. I'm not calling him a rat. He might be the nicest guy on the planet for all I know. But when you're involved in this, Cyberpunk 2077, the absolute lie fest, the fraudulent release of this game, and the continuous neglect of customer support, like, I'm trying to say this as politely as possible, but the dirty... I can say it nicely. The scumbags at CD Projekt, whomever it is, they are getting no respect and no trust and none of my money ever. They have lost this customer. Even if the next update fixes the... I can see on the screen right now 2 issues that need fixing. Even if they fix these 2 issues, which I highly doubt they will. Like I'm putting my money on the table now. It is not going to fix these two. The scumbags are not going to fix their broken game. The only things they've shown is the in brackets wanted level fix. I put a stream up a while back, just after the last update, saying this is how they could temporarily fix the wanted level. They're implementing what I said to do. They're implementing it. Whether they saw my video and go, "Oh, that's not a bad idea," or what, I don't care. Alright. But the fact that for 3 months I've been trying to get customer support to get the game that I bought, because this is not the game that I bought. And to anyone who says, "Oh, just because you're disappointed doesn't mean it's not the game you bought," it's like, no, I wasn't disappointed. I was ripped off. Two different things. So yeah, like, if he's a nice guy and he had nothing to do with this rip-off, it said he was, a rough description was lead gameplay designer. So he was the one that decided, okay, for example, this mission, put the garage at the basement, make you drive in, make you get the brief at the bottom, go up the lift, do your mission, go to the balcony, and go back down to the garage. He was the one that said we should do it that way. He's not necessarily the one that implemented it, but he's the one that decided that's the way we should do it. So this is why it's hard to say which exactly is the fuckwit. Sorry for the language, but like, if I ever met the person, like, they seriously have some good insurance. The chances of him deciding, like, yeah, let's censor this uncensored game, I highly doubt it. And if he had nothing to do with this, like if his decision was, no, it's an uncensored game, let's leave it uncensored, then all the best to him in his future projects. But if he had anything to do with any of these sort of decisions, I won't be buying his next product either. Because this shit, again, sorry for the language, but this crap is anti-consumer. And this whole new tweet they put out where they tried to make it like in the lore of Cyberpunk, the car designers have realised and they've implemented it. No, don't try and sugarcoat the fact they're doing minimal work to continually rip off your customer base. I don't care. I want the information of, are you correcting the nudity sensor? Are you fixing the broken subtitles? Are you fixing, as you saw when I first went in here, the buggy interface? I want to see those things. Are you fixing it? Don't go telling me, oh, we're throwing a band-aid on the wanted system. Oh, we're giving you a slide. This is the most annoying part of this news. Oh, there is now going to be a slider for your vehicle's handling. It's a steering sensitivity slider. But hang on a second. The sliders and switches that are currently in the game do not work. Don't add more until you fix the ones that are in here. And people are going to go, oh no, they work. No, they don't. Right now, I have nudity sensor turned off, but yet I am clearly censored. So it's not a slider, it's a switch, but it's the same thing. It is not working. Subtitles are on, but yet if I go into the settings, they're off. They are not working. So don't go, oh, we added an extra slider when the ones that are already in the game aren't working. Seriously, this game is the biggest fraud ever to be released. And that's including shit like Resident Evil 7 being first person only and not having any of the Raccoon City Stars crew in it. It's like, that's not Resident Evil, that's some offshoot. And people are going, oh, it's a great game. So, it's not Resident Evil though. It might be in the same universe, but where's Chris, Jill? Where's the Stars team? Where's all that? Where's Umbrella for that? It's nowhere. It's some crazy ass family who's high on mushrooms murdering you. So that's not freaking. That's not. Getting off topic. Um. Uh. Agents of Mayhem. Chris smacks Resident Evil. Was it 6? 5? I think it was 6. Where Chris smashed the boulder in the volcano. Like, as much as that was bullcrap, like, for one, he would be burning alive, being that close to lava. Two, he would bust his hand to smithereens smashing that rock. That's a better decision than what CD Projekt have done with this game. This I wouldn't even call it a game. This dumpster fire. Dumpster fires keep people warm. This doesn't even keep people warm. So yeah, so pretty much first quarter of the year we've got Watch Dogs Online came out. It's having its issues, but it's entertaining. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I gave up on it. It was too much of the same stuff. It was pretty much the Origins or the other one, the one where you could choose male or female. It was pretty much that in Vikings setup. It's like the town and all that sort of stuff is like, it's a good idea, but when, oh, you need these materials, and my neighbours, the neighbouring town where I'm supposed to go to loot it, I go there and there's 2 bosses that are like level 150 and it's recommended level 20, and I go in there at level 20 and I get my ass handed to me because there's 2 level 150s there. It's like, oh, you just gotta wait for them to leave. It's like, wait, what? No, I'm not playing a game to sit on there and just stand there until they leave the area. It's like, no, it's like, go away. Oh, but, oh, you could buy this and get it for free. No, I'm not giving you friggin' money just because you made it artificially difficult to get stuff. It's like, no, piss off. And that's why CD Projekt, doesn't matter what you try to sell me now. If you go, oh, it's 50 cents and you get this awesome multiplayer online experience, it's like, no, fuck off. You screwed me over no end with Cyberpunk. You ain't getting a cent. Like, you could... The only way they could get me to get an item off them is if they go, we'll give you $1 bazillion if you play this game for us. They would have to pay me so much money to play the game for them, for me to do anything for them now. Like, they've gone from a... I've gone from a person who loved CD Projekt because of The Witcher 1, 2, and 3-ish, because I loved 2. 3 I couldn't really get into because it was too obscure, I suppose you could call it, like backwards. Like, you'd go out there, the world was beautiful, the gameplay mechanics were great, and I was, oh, go find this girl. So I walk up to the nearest person. There's no option to ask this person, have you seen this girl? There's no map marker, go to this area and ask this person. It's like, literally, there's the world, you want to find a chick, good luck. Nothing to help me in it whatsoever. I could go online and find a guy, go, oh, you got to go here and show a map marker. They could have quite easily go to this town and question people about sightings or something like that, but no, nothing. And then the first creature you fight is a griffin, or half tiger, half eagle, half fucking lizard, giant ass creature. You fight that, no worries, but then you come up against a bandit and he slaughters you. It's like, wait a second, I just fought this mythical creature, but a bandit takes me down? Like, what the hell? But the world was good. And it wasn't a lie. It was Witcher. This, I'm hesitant to say it's actually a Cyberpunk game. It looks cyberpunky. Like, it's got the grungy, futuristic look to it. Steampunk future, or cyberpunk. But That's all it's got, because everything else is a fucking lie, as I look down and show you the censored nudity. Even though I will show you. Exit to my menu. This is why it's like, don't add another slider if the current sliders do not work. Okay. Options. I do have a previous video on why you can't show the nudity sensor while in-game, because what they're doing isn't censoring the nudity with the nudity sensor, they're censoring it a different way. Right there. My nudity sensor is turned off. That means that no nudity is to be censored, but yet in-game, they're covering up my nudity. So until, this as I've said before, my ultimatum is, they are getting nothing. Respect, trust, belief, honourable comments, anything. They'll get nothing out of me until that switch, the one that is highlighted right now, is corrected. That when nudity sensor is off, that nothing is to be censored when it comes to nudity. If it was just the sensor off, then I would say with violence, coarse language and stuff as well, but it's only nudity. So people are saying, oh, I only care about the nudity. No, it's the lie. If that was a coarse language sensor and I turned it off and then people were still getting beeped when they used coarse language, or if it was a violence sensor and I couldn't delimb someone, then I would complain about that being the issue. But it's labeled as nudity sensor, so I can only say I don't see my nudity, and yet my nudity sensor is turned off. So until CD Projekt Red, GOG, or any other little turd company that is involved in that group fixes it and gives me my uncensored game I bought, they can get stuffed. So there's the news for the first quarter of the year. Rust entered beta for consoles, and CD Projekt got hacked and expected us to care when I've spent 3 months trying to get customer support with no success, so I don't care. Watch Dogs Legions Online came out. It's quite entertaining. If you can see it on sale, go for it. If it's full price, if it's $100, maybe hold off until it's on sale, unless you enjoyed Watch Dogs 1 and 2. Or if you want a cyberpunk game set in London without the cyborgs, basically, and third person. It doesn't have the first person mode. Because graphically, it's not that far behind Cyberpunk. So when all these people are going, oh, I'm surprised it runs on last gen consoles, it's like, shut the hell up, you're an idiot. And when people go, oh, it needed more time, they should have delayed it. No, you're an idiot. They should have managed what they had better. People can release a quality game of this quality in the same length of time with the same amount of people if they manage it correctly. Don't spend 6 months making sure your labels are clearly readable. That label on the screen here, can I bring my cursor over to it? Yes, I can. This label up here, that yellow label, you could probably, in-game, you could probably read it. Don't go to those lengths. Make a yellow square with some black lines. Release it. If it plays good and it's not a lie, you can then later on the PS5, Xbox Series, and IN PCs add a patch or a downloadable content which makes it so that is readable. That is where they fucked up. The lies and the mismanagement. So anyone who says it needed more time, or anyone who says I'm surprised it runs, you're idiots, and I will stick to that statement. You're an idiot. The little bit of game programming and design and stuff that I know, if I was in charge of this game, it could have still come out at the same time, but it would have been a better product. And people are going, oh, you couldn't make it. You give me that team and put them under my management, it would have been released at the same time, but it would not have been as big a dumpster fire as this one is. Because I would have managed it correctly. If someone's going, I want to spend 6 months working on stickers or labels on freaking bottles or whatever, it's like, no. Prioritize. Make sure the game mechanics are solid. Then worry about shit like, is the label on that readable? It's like, that is the last thing on the list. And they're going, oh, but it's a big open world with no load times. It's like, yeah. And that's why they've got LODs. And that's why you use streaming management. So, for example, if I'm in the middle of the city, you don't have to load in cars that are on the other side of the map. Like, no doubt they do that. But to the right extent, I don't think so. Okay. Well, I'm done. I'm out of here. There's the news. I'll catch you all next time. And with a bit of luck, 1.2 will at least fix the nudity. And I can at least play the damn game, but I'm never buying their products again. They can get fucked. Anyone who wants to send me like stupid messages on YouTube going, just get your mummy or daddy to help you download the mod from Nexus. It's like, PlayStation console loser, can't go to Nexus. And I shouldn't, this is the key thing, I shouldn't have to. They promised an uncensored open world RPG with mature content. I want that. Give me that. I paid $100 for that twice. That's all I want. Alright, take care of yourselves. I'm out of here. Let's hope quarter 2 and quarter 3 and quarter 4 is better, because quarter 1, not much better than 2020, man. Alright, take it easy everyone, I'm out of here.